Back now, buttoned and our power Lisa Thornton, author. All right, ladies, we're talking now about women when they step out of the workforce, when they decide to stay home and raise their kids. Are they giving up an opportunity? Is it hard for them to go back to the workforce if they want to get back to those jobs? Now, some of you have an issue. Well, they walked away from a job to raise your kids.
I sort of jumped off a speeding train.
Right.
I had worked so hard navigating through little teeny TV markets and got my dream job in Boston at the TV station that I'd grown up watching. And little did I know, as much as I loved my career, when my third baby was born and I looked at her, I just had like a life-changing moment, an epiphany, and I said, I need to be home. I'm just missing everything. 3 to midnight shifts, working weekends, and I decided to stay home. But I did continue to work part-time so I could hopefully launch myself eventually, and I'm ready now to come back to work.
And Rachel, you say, you know, moms make the best hires, right?
I absolutely think they do, and I think it's important to keep your fingers in the pie if you think that that's something you want to do. But, you know, everything has its trade-offs, and I had a very similar experience where I was pursuing a career in television and just really came to an epiphany where I thought I could live with not having that, you know, amazing career. I didn't, for me personally, think I could live with, you know, being 50 and having missed those moments. Now, that's a personal choice, and that's what's so great about the era we live in, where staying home and choosing to work is a choice. But I think you can do a lot of things at once now, thanks to technology.
True.
I've working books, from I'm here, you know, so it's not impossible to be connected.
Lisa is a pediatrician, and what you're doing every day is so important. And like you said, you love it. You have no regrets.
Well, I never stepped back. I've worked full-time my whole life, and I have 3 children. And, you know, I think that for me, it was just who I am. I'm very true to who I am, and I spend time with my kids. It's funny because it feels like people who say you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a working mom, like the working mothers never see their children. And, you know, and I said to my 20-year-old when he was a little younger, I said, Daddy, do you wish I had stayed home? And he goes, why? You're around all the time.
Right.
So for my children, they understand that what I do is important for me. It does feed my soul, what I do for a living, and I think it's really important, and I love it. But I think one of the great things is if you have the choice, and many women do not have the choice. They must work.
Absolutely.
And, you know, my mother had to work. My grandmother worked. I'm from a culture of women who worked. So it doesn't seem awkward to me. But I think if you step back and do nothing for 10 years and then try to step back into the workforce, that's very, very difficult. And so I think what we're hearing everybody saying is that if you keep your hands in a little bit so that when it's time for you to move back in, you've got something you can do, that you've got a skill set that you can
Finding
share.
ways even to network yourself.
Absolutely.
And networking is not that hard. Just last week I was at school and I met a dad who had come to a Valentine's Day party at school. He's in the television world, and we were networking while we were serving, you know, conversation hearts. We were having our own conversation.
And it is interesting that there's a cultural component as well. I mean, in the African-American culture and the Latina culture, their highest percentage of at-home moms are Hispanics, and so I think there's a lot of cultural components to it as well.
All right, ladies, good discussion. We'll have to keep this going. Thanks so much, Lisa, Rachel, and Heather.
Thank you.
Thank you. And coming up next, we are going to get to some of your tech problems with solutions. But first, these messages.
Gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking